Well, good evening, folks. Livio, Regano with tonight's weather. Queensland's been split into two halves since the start of this week. Windy in the north with a peppering of light showers, mainly fine on the Sunshine Coast with a much more mellow breeze. By next week, the whole state's due for another windy, showery change. Temperatures today only 21 degrees at Tewantin. Nambour had 22, an overnight minimum of 6 degrees at the airport with a top of 22. Maleny had 19, and the lowest overnight was Gympie, as always, a bottom of 3. A top of about 23. On the satellite loop, still very quiet, has been for several weeks. A little bit of shower activity in the tropical north. Down the rest of the coast, there have been light ones. I don't know of any that occurred around the southeast coast today, but certainly looking the rainfalls, they're all less than a couple of millimetres. On the chart today, we've got the same high pressure belt that's sitting over southern Australia. It's a little bit further south than you normally expect at this time of year, but still a fairly sort of intermediate winter position. You can see around here the isobars are getting quite far apart, so the winds are dropping around about 15 to 20 knots today, and they're still going down. On tomorrow's chart, certainly more of a 10 to 15 knot situation here, where the highs are getting a little bit weak. There's a pair of them there. They start to move out to sea, but quickly as you go north, you'll see they're still in strong wind warning over tropical water if you're thinking of heading out there for the weekend. On the outlook chart, it gets interesting in the start of next week. I haven't drawn this front in, but by Monday, it'll come awfully close to us. And certainly on Tuesday, winds will spring up again. Might get a little bit of shower activity as well. Now, the latest from the Weather Bureau, the boating forecast for Sunshine Coast waters, just 10 to 15 knots south-southeasterlies tomorrow, easing even further on Sunday, before strengthening once again to reach 25 knots offshore by Monday evening. Tomorrow's low tide falls conveniently during siesta time in the early afternoon. So if you fall asleep on the beach, you won't get taken by a rogue wave. Southeast Coast District, partly cloudy tomorrow, but mainly fine with just the outside chance of a shower. Maleny 19 degrees, Maroochydore 9 to 22, Nambour 21, Gympie 6 to 22. And looking ahead for the Sunshine Coast, increasing chance of rain from next Tuesday with a slight drop in temperature as winds start to pick up again. Minimum temps around 9 or 10 degrees every night. This photo was taken over Point Vernon a couple of Fridays ago. High-level cloud comes in all shapes and sizes, but it's always made of pure ice, and the streaky formations arise from strong upper atmospheric winds, shredding the clouds apart. Thanks, John Heron, for that nice picture. Have a splendid weekend, everybody. Now it's time for our weekly surf report with the legendary Robbie Sherwell.
Thanks, Livio. Well, there's actually been dangerous surf conditions up and down our coast beaches this week. The surf hasn't been huge, but there's been plenty of strong currents around with flash rips thanks to the strong southerly wind we had all week long. Now, that wind has backed off, and the swell has backed off a little bit for the weekend as well. It looks like a pretty nice weekend coming up across the coast beaches. Every beach up and down the coast will be open if you're after a swim. That water's still sitting between 19 and 20 degrees. Please, as always, keep an eye on your positioning and only swim between the red and yellow flags. If you're looking for a surf, looks like there's still going to be around that 3/4 metre plus of swell up and down our coastline. Lighter southwesters in the morning, swinging southeasterly tomorrow afternoon, but on Sunday it looks like it's going to swing right round to the east-northeast by the afternoon. Now, with that in mind, the open beach is going to have a few little waves early, particularly up between Peregian and Sunshine. It's going to be the biggest. Also, we're checking the lower end of the Kiwana stretch down around Curramundi. During the afternoon, it's also going to be worth checking places like Maroochydore, Coolum through to Stumas and the southern corner of Alexandra Bay. I hope you have a great weekend across the coast beaches.
All right, thanks for that, Robbie. And that is 7 Local News for this Friday. Thanks very much for your company and have a fantastic weekend. Good night.